This film starts with a man running in fear through the forest. From the way he runs, it seems as if he's being chased by someone or something. He has a gun in his hand, which makes it seem like he came here for hunting. Then, his friend suddenly rides with him. He tells his friend, "The previous work we did robbing tourists was better for us." His friend responds, "Are you crazy? Do you have any idea what the price is for the skin of these snakes? Big companies make things like purses and belts from their skin." As they talk, they hear something moving and start running again. The man had come to hunt snakes, but he was still very scared despite having a gun. Then he stumbles and falls, spotting a human skeleton lying near him. His condition worsens, and he starts screaming in fear. In the next scene, we are introduced to a couple named Sophia and Josh, who are staying in a hotel. Their relationship isn't going well. During their stay, their friend Marcus visits and tells them about a beautiful waterfall in a nearby forest, encouraging them to visit it. The next day, they go to the hotel reception to inquire about directions to the waterfall. The receptionist informs them that once they reach the forest, there are two paths, one large and one small. She advises them to take the larger path because the small one is dangerous, filled with swamps and snakes. Armed with this information, the couple sets off on their journey, following their friend Marcus' advice. Upon reaching the designated area, they park their car and start hiking toward the waterfall. During the hike, they barely speak to each other as their relationship is strained. After walking for a while, they find themselves deep inside the forest and decide to rest. However, the weather begins to change, and Josh suggests that they head back. Sophia, eager to see the waterfall, insists that they are close and shouldn't turn back now. Josh argues that if they get caught in the rain, they might be stuck for an unknown amount of time. Reluctantly, Sophia agrees, and they begin their return to the car. When they reach the car, they find a stranger trying to steal it. They hide and watch. Josh, against Sophia's wishes, decides to confront the stranger, leaving his bag behind. Josh approaches the thief, who immediately pulls out a gun and demands Josh empty his pockets. Josh replies, "I have nothing. You can search me if you want." The stranger, suspicious, asks, "There was a girl with you. Where is she?" At that moment, Sophia steps out and throws her bag in front of the thief. As the thief bends down to pick up the bag, Josh strikes him with a stick that was lying nearby. The couple quickly runs away into the jungle, with the thief firing bullets at them. Although they manage to escape, they soon find themselves on the very path the receptionist had warned them about. Forced to take the dangerous route, they hope the thief won't follow them. Josh hides while Sophia keeps running. Unfortunately, she hits her head on a tree and faints. When she regains consciousness a short while later, she calls out for Josh but gets no response. Panicking, she continues searching for him, only to find herself sinking into quicksand. The swampy ground looked normal at first, but was actually treacherous. As Sophia sinks, Josh suddenly appears, telling her not to move too much, assuring her that he'll figure something out. He grabs a thin stick and throws it toward her, but it breaks. He warns her again not to move, but Sophia panics and thrashes around, sinking further into the swamp. Seeing no other option, Josh jumps into the swamp to save her, despite knowing the danger. Now both of them are in a dire situation, sinking deeper into the deadly swamp. Both of them are trapped in this swamp. On the other hand, it is shown that their friend Marcus came to the hotel to meet them, but he doesn't find them there. He checks his voicemail and finds a message from Josh in which he says, "I am going hiking with Sophia to the place you told me about. I will call you after we come back." Meanwhile, in the forest, the rain had stopped, and Josh encourages Sophia, saying, "Don't be afraid. We will get out of here safely because the weight of soil is more than the weight of a human being. I read this in a book." Sophia then suggests, "You push me, maybe I will come out," but their attempt fails. She then says, "Maybe there's something under the sand. Try to pull it up." When they pull, they discover a dead body with a gun in its hand and a bag. Josh takes the gun and the bag, putting the body back down. Josh checks the bag, which contains several items, including a bottle of alcohol and a torchlighter. He checks the dirt and finds 2 bullets. Then, he tries to cut the bag to make a rope, hoping to use it to get out of the swamp. Meanwhile, Marcus is still waiting for them at the hotel. He notices the same stranger talking to the receptionist and recognizes that the man has Josh's bag. Marcus confronts. The stranger asks, "Where did you get this bag?" The stranger tries to flee, but Marcus catches him and insists that he calls the police. Back in the swamp, Josh and Sophia manage to cut the bag and make a rope, but it turns out to be too short to reach the rock. Josh tries to reassure Sophia, saying, "If we don't reach the hotel by morning, Marcus will know something is wrong, and he'll come with the police to find us." Sophia responds, "This jungle is so big, how will he know where we are?" At that moment, a helicopter flies overhead, and they both shout, hoping to be noticed, but their efforts are in vain. Sophia begins to lose hope, but Josh tells her, "Tomorrow we'll be sitting in the hotel laughing about this situation with Marcus." Sophia, doubtful, says, "I don't think so." Josh, feeling discouraged, responds, "Instead of boosting my morale, you're making me feel even worse. Why are you doing this?" Suddenly, ants begin to climb on Sophia's back, and Josh tells her to pour alcohol on herself to get rid of them. The ants scatter, but the bites leave injuries on her back. Josh, having lost hope, starts crying. Sophia says, "If we had used the rifle to signal the helicopter, they would have seen us." She then asks Josh for the gun. He gives it to her, but as feared, the situation worsens. The forest is known for its poisonous snakes, and one such snake appears. The snake had come to protect its eggs. Sophia fires the rifle at the snake, but it bites Josh before fleeing. Josh, in pain, says, "The poison will slowly spread inside me, and I need to get to a hospital soon." Meanwhile, Marcus and the stranger are at the police station. Marcus asks, "Are my friends still alive? Tell me the truth, and I'll tell the police it was a misunderstanding." The stranger remains silent. Marcus offers him $200, but the man, being cunning, asks for his watch instead. Finally, he tells Marcus, "I went hunting with my friend last weekend, but I returned alone. There's a lot of quicksand in that area. Your friends' lives are in danger." Marcus pleads with the police, "Let me go out there, I'm a doctor." On the other hand, Josh is suffering as the poison slowly affects his body. His pain intensifies, and it begins affecting his mind. Sophia tells him, "Stay calm, or your heart will beat faster, and the poison will spread more quickly." Josh, overwhelmed by pain, feels as if fire is flowing through his veins. He says, "It would have been better to die of hunger than like this." Blood begins to collect near his neck. Sophia heats a knife with a lighter and makes a small incision to release the blood, a painful moment for Josh. This gives him some relief, but his body starts to go numb. Both of them start reminiscing about the good moments they shared together. Then Sophia comes up with an idea. "If we use that snake as a rope, we can get out of here." Josh, doubtful, says, "By now, the snake must have gone far away." But Sophia insists, "No, she's a mother. She won't go far from her eggs." Using a wine cooler, Sophia spots the snake lying nearby. Now they had to figure out a way to lure the snake closer, hoping to use it to escape the swamp. She starts throwing money at it. Disturbed by this, the snake starts coming toward them again. As soon as she lifts the gun to shoot the snake, it disappears from her sight, preparing to attack them from behind. Sophia couldn't turn around, and Josh was still unconscious. Then Sophia looks behind with a knife. She fires a shot, guessing the snake's position, but it misses, and the snake bites her. As a result, it wraps itself tightly around her body, but Sophia grabs its mouth before it can bite her again. In the meantime, Josh regains consciousness and kills the snake with a knife. Afterward, they tie the rope made by cutting the bag to the snake. Sophia throws the rope over the rock, but it fails to catch. She tries again and again, refusing to give up, and finally, the rope catches on the rock. Overjoyed, she pulls herself out of the swamp with all her might. Once she's out, she revives Josh and tells him to hold her hand. However, Josh, now paralyzed, says, "No, don't do this. You need to go and get help because my body has become paralyzed." Determined to save him, Sophia tries to make her way out of the forest, but the snake's poison begins to affect her. Her vision blurs, and she almost falls into another swamp. However, she regains her balance just in time. Darkness falls as she struggles through the forest, disoriented. She begins to forget where she is and what had happened to her. Just then, her friend Marcus arrives with the police. They bring Sophia back to her senses and find out about Josh. They treat Sophia and give her an antidote. Meanwhile, a search operation begins, lasting for an hour and a half. Finally, they find Josh and bring him to Sophia. Fortunately, Josh is still alive, and Marcus plays a crucial role in saving him, proving to be a true friend to both of them. So that's it. Hope you enjoy the story. Follow for more videos.